Why can't two neutrons form a stable bond? Why can't two neutrons form a stable bond to each other? Why can't two protons form a stable bond to each other? Why can one proton and one neutron form a stable bond to each other? My model suggests a solution to all three questions. This model suggests an alternative to quarks. Start with this premise. The proton is made up of two positrons, which are anti-electrons, and one electron. The total charge of the proton is +1. That is exactly the same charge as an electron. Therefore, the proton and electron have the exact same charge. The proton has +1 charge. The neutron is made up of a proton plus another electron. This gives the neutron a proton made up of two positrons and one electron, plus a second electron. That means the neutron has two positrons and two electrons total. The total charge of the four particles is exactly 0. The neutron has 0 charge. Next, look at the diagram. The top shows two protons. Both have an outer ring of two positrons. Positrons repel other positrons. Therefore, the two protons would repel each other. The middle shows two neutrons. Both are made up of a proton plus a single electron on the outer edge. Electrons repel other electrons. Therefore, the two electrons would repel each other. The third diagram shows one proton and one neutron. The proton has an outer ring of two positrons. The neutron has a single electron in its outer ring. The positive charged proton is attached to the neutron by the neutron's negative charged outer electron. To simplify, the diagram really shows a proton plus neutron, or to rephrase it, two protons with an extra electron from the neutron. That extra electron acts like glue to connect the two particles together in a stable bond of a proton and neutron. This is also called a deuteron. The deuteron is a key to building the nucleus to make atoms. Therefore, the deuteron is really two protons glued together by an electron. Key point. There are two positrons and one electron. Had there been just one positron and one electron, they would have been mirror waves and they would have annihilated each other. But having two positrons on the outside of the proton and one electron on the outside of the neutron keeps them from annihilation. Key point. The neutron, which I suggest is made up of a proton and an electron, when freestanding decays back into a proton and an electron plus antineutrino in about 10 minutes. This is called beta minus decay. Summary. My model of a proton and neutron suggests solutions as to why the proton and neutron make such a strong bond. It also answers where the missing antimatter is. It's in the protons and neutrons. Thanks for reading.